Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Think of solving problems with your business. Whatever business you get into, think about the problem you have to solve. I'll use myself for an example. And incidentally, whenever I use myself as an example, is to show you what I'm doing, because then you could do it for whatever business you're in. Now, the thing that really makes money for me is the whole thing of man gets woman. That's a problem for many men. That is a major issue. In fact, they talking about that at the highest levels of government. Men getting women. That's a problem. I make my money primarily through that. Now, even my books, the books that sell the best, even though I have both fiction and nonfiction books, are the nonfiction books dealing with relationships. Like my book, Nice Guys and Players, that's been selling well for 25 years. 25 years, I don't even advertise it, but it's still selling literally all over the world. But it's solving a problem. Guys pick it up because they want to know what they can do to get a woman. Now, whatever problem it is, now it don't have to be that. Your problem could be you just want to be a barber. And the problem is people just got some jacked up haircuts. Okay, you solving a problem by providing haircuts. Or you want to feed people, like you have a lot of vegan restaurants and a whole lot of vegan proprietors, cooks, chefs, men and women who start vegan restaurants. A lot of them have some health concerns. They want to get people more healthy, so this is what they're doing. Or you could start a clinic. You have people have small clinics. They might be a doctor or something. I've even read about some nurses. They will open up a clinic in maybe an area that doesn't have clinics or hospitals nearby, just to help people. Whatever issue it is, if you think about solving a problem, first of all, you have the business right there. You have the business idea right there, because then people will pay to have that problem solved. It could be something as simple as cutting grass. Cutting grass. And of course, you have some people, they might have started out a grass cutting business just by pushing around a lawnmower. I remember a few times years ago, I was driving around Baltimore for something, and I saw some guys just pushing a lawnmower, but they solving a problem. But you can grow a business from that. You want to think about, what are you doing with your business? I don't care what it is. It could be teaching dancing. It could be teaching dancing. Now, somebody might want to say, well, what's that solving? Well, maybe the problem is somebody is bored, or they need to be more active. Or if they want to be personal trainers, what they solving there? Helping people lose weight. That's a major thing. Helping people get in shape. They could be a physical therapist. When I had my medical emergency, when I had my stroke, I had both physical therapists and occupational therapists. What were they doing? Solving a problem. Before you even get into a business, don't think about the money. Yes, you want to make money and all of that. Hey, that's very important. But you want to think about, okay, what business am I solving with this? It could be car repair. Cars always need something. Cars always need something. And they need oil change, maybe some part, and it needs to be replaced, needs to be fixed. They solving a problem. In fact, when you talk about cars, just to throw this out there, I don't hear about actual mechanic shops complaining because people are constantly driving. Now, I've heard about stores selling stuff where they can, somebody can fix their own car or something. But see, that's something else. But they still have plenty of stores doing that. That might be just a problem of oversaturation. When you have particular clothes and everything, you have to think about, is that solving a problem? In fact, I was working for a major department store years ago, and it was during the winter, and had a whole bunch of winter coats on sale, but it was a particularly warm winter. People didn't buy it. They didn't have the problem. They were like, oh, well, it's kind of warm. I don't need a new coat. That wasn't solving a problem. Those coats didn't sell. Like, think about whatever you're selling. What problem is it solving? I don't care what it is. You could be selling crystals. Now, some people, for spiritual reasons, whatever reasons, might not get into crystals, but people will buy crystals maybe for meditation or something like that. It's solving a problem. Or you buying colognes or perfumes. What are you doing that for? To solve the problem of not having a mate or to keep a mate. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. If first think about, yes, you want that business. Don't jump in it just for money. Don't jump in it for money. Yes, you want to make money, but not for money. Also, if you really want to make money, think about what the problem is solving. Because let's just be real. Most problems are not going to be solved easily. Most problems are going to keep coming over and over. I don't care what it is. You could be a massage therapist. What problems are being solved there? There are a lot of therapeutic massages that people get. And I ain't even talking about happy ending massages. That's a whole other, well, that's a problem for some people. Some people, hey, they will pay for their happy ending massage. But a therapeutic massage, think about it, therapeutic. They doing it to help them. They doing it to feel better. I want you to think about that. Like a place I was going for massages, they were actually expanding. And there were actually plenty of people coming in there. But they were solving a problem. They were providing therapeutic massages. People had aches and pains all over the place. I know someone now who has a stretching business. In fact, I'll call his name C Boogie. C Boogie. He's into the stretching business now, stretching people out. That's an issue. People need to be stretched out. That's not just something just for fun. That's a problem. People, that's something everybody needs. Or you're talking about something like yoga. People are doing that because people, well, they want to feel better. Whatever. Or they could believe in psychic readings or something like that. You might be someone who could provide those readings for, because people, they will get those readings if they have a particular issue or a problem. They will want another perspective. I don't care what it is. I want you to think about that. Before you jump into a business, just don't grab something just because you think it's making money. Think about the problem you're going to solve. And depending on the problem, you'll stay in business if you are good at solving that problem. That's the key thing with it. You have to be good at solving that problem. But if you're good at solving that problem, you will always keep business. I want you to think about that. Think about that. What are you doing? What are you providing? Before you even get the money part, think about what problems you're solving and then being very good at solving that problem. All right? So anyway, I want y'all to think about that. So, y'all know the deal. I had to think about, look, real quick, I had to think about what I was doing a video for. I was about to give y'all the wrong ending. For this one, though, let's go make that money.